Today's episode of The Mom Game is presented by our friends at Gateway GMC at LBJ and Jupiter. I know that buying a car can be stressful, but not at Gateway because their slogan is Gateway's Got It. And just what does that mean? Well, it means Gateway's got a wide selection of new GMCs and GM certified used vehicles, all competitively priced. Gateway's got it. In these busy times, you want a car dealer who makes things easy and convenient. Well, guess what? Gateway's got it. When you log on to gatewaygmc.com, look for the Shop, Click, Drive button. This allows you to shop from the comfort of your home. And who doesn't want that? In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, select your vehicle. 2, create your offer. 3, schedule that delivery. And on top of all this, Gateway GMC offers complimentary car washes for life. So when you want a dealer who has it all, Gateway's got it. You can find them online at gatewaygmc.com or shop in person at LBJ and Jupiter. GMC, we are professional grade. And welcome inside the Coppola Studios for episode 269 of The Mom Game. I'm Emily Jones. She is not Julie Dobbs. She is our fearless producer, Jasmine Sadry.
Yeah, playing the role of Julie Dobbs today.
You are playing the role of Julie Dobbs.
I need
today.
a blonde wig.
You're adorable. We're so happy. I'm happy you could pop on with us. We've been trying to do this for a while, but we've just been so busy. Mm-hmm. You've been producing for us for a while. Julie and I have both known you forever.
Yeah.
For a long time.
It's not going to that.
It's a long time. So I'm so happy you're pinch hitting today.
Oh my gosh, I am pinch hitting.
We've got 2 very cool guests coming up. Speaking of the Coppola Studios, we've got the director of winemaking for Coppola.
That's all you had to say. You're like, will you hop on with me? I'm like,
yes. I know. We're going to taste all the wines. It's going to be amazing. But first of all, I want to give our audience, they've heard us talk about you. For those who don't know you, you have a lengthy career in broadcasting, which is why you can slide into this role so seamlessly.
Oh, I love
Give
you.
us a little thumbnail of Jazz.
Okay, so started out in the early aughts, pre-social media. At Fox Sports Radio.
Such a beautiful time.
Oh my God, when you'd have to wait for the newspaper for the box scores and you'd sweat if your guy didn't show up. That was cool. So started at Fox Sports Radio. One thing led to another. Then I was just kind of all over. I jumped around music radio. Then I worked, dabbled in a little bit of TV here and in Austin. And, I've just kind of been everywhere. So 20 years of this.
I know.
I'm going to say this, 21
years.
What?
I still got a few years on you.
What?
But I know. It's crazy.
Why? How?
Okay, so what's it like working with Julie and I?
Honest to God, a dream, because we've worked, and you guys have mentioned this on the show. When you're in that infrastructure and that framework and that beating of a construct of a media company that has their thumb on you all the time, you've got to, and so you can just be a hell-raising shit show, and just because you own your stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so I love that. And I think that it's so wild because once you're sort of out of it and you're doing this, you're like, oh, you can't pay me to go back to being serious and not like being able to be me. Yeah. So and you and I met when I was at the Fan. We were the flagship, or still, I was, not there, so I'm using past tense, but the flagship radio station for the Texas Rangers. And that's how you and I met. Because we would always pull you into our radio shit show, and you're like, what? But so that's how you and I met. God, 15?
At least 15. I've been here, 17. I've been here 20 years.
Yeah.
Plus,
so it's been a while. So you understand, especially on the sports media side, it is such a different animal. And, when you are a fan of your team, I always tell, all these people are asking my advice, but when these young kids are like, oh my God, I want to work for, my favorite team. I'm like, careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Because church and state, homie.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. So, so I've just kind of been all over. And you guys were like, hey, want to join the party? I'm like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, so here I am.
So fun having you here. Okay. So personal life, you do not have children. You are not a mom on the Mom Game.
No, God watches me every day and he's like, no, we're not. No,
doing this.
We're not. You are no.
But you do love kids.
I do.
Yeah.
Everybody's kids are they always gravitate to me. So I'm like the weird aunt. So I'm always going to soccer games and parents will be like, you're doing this willingly?
Yeah.
And they're not your kid because it's hard enough when it's mine.
You're coming here for fun?
For fun? No, that's how we are. Joey's the same way. Kids just gravitate towards us. So I'm kind of like this. I get to be the, let's And then go back to mom.
Yeah, the cool fun aunt.
Yes.
Everybody needs a cool fun aunt.
Everybody does.
My kids have one too. Okay, you mentioned Joey. That's your boyfriend who was not on a reality television show.
I am dying.
So we have to get the story behind that.
I am dying. Yeah. So we met on accident on Bumble back when, 2018. And it was, so my friend at the time, or my friend, she's still my friend. She was like, okay, I'm so sick of this shit show. And you know, when you're single and you're on the air, everybody loves just highlighting the shit show that is your single/dating life. And it's gold. Don't get me wrong.
No, sure.
And I had some real golden nuggets. And so I just got to a point where I was like, you know, they always say it's when you're not searching. And so my friend was like,
happens when you least expect it. I remember when I was single, I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
Kill me. Yeah, please stop.
Yes.
So she was like, okay, this was in like January. My birthday's in September. She's like, okay, so I'm thinking of your birthday present. So you have a choice. I either pay for a matchmaker, a professional matchmaker, and I go, you can stop right there. I can find a dude. Like, I took so offense to that. I was like, I don't need a professional matchmaker. You can get me a better gift. Like, no, spend that money, get me a handbag.
Thank you.
So I was like, whatever. Got on the dating app and accidentally swiped with Joey, which here's what's crazy. So the way Bumble works is you're like in a radius scenario.
Bubble.
Yes. Yeah. And so I was doing mornings at the time. So my bubble literally was like a block. Like, if I have to like get out of my house to meet you, I don't want to, So I had it like 10 mile set. So Joey, transplant from Washington State by way of New York, had just moved to Fort Worth. That's why he loves Fort Worth so much. He was driving it from Austin with a buddy because we have 35 E north, south, 35 west,
all
whatever.
The 35s.
Oh my God. And so he was like, I thought I was taking the right 35, and it brought him right up through 75 Central, and my ass is in Highland Park, and we radiused. And so he messaged me. He's like, hey, would you like to go to coffee? And he tells me this place in Fort Worth that I forgot. And I was like, I don't know if I'm like, Fort Worth. And I'm like, I'm in Dallas. How the hell did we match? And he's like, oh, I took a wrong turn. So I'll joke now. I'm like, aren't I the best wrong turn you ever made?
Yeah, absolutely.
Debatable. But yeah. So that's how we met on accident, because I was going to find a dude.
Yeah. Okay. And you did. I did. And y'all been together for 5-6 years
almost
now?
7 now.
7 years.
Yes. And yes, we're going to get married.
Okay.
I know those eyes.
Oh,
I know those eyes.
You know it was coming.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to pull any
everything.
punches
Of course
here.
not. That's why I love you. No. So, I mean, listen, it would be hard for him to get away from me. That's all I'm saying at this point. At this point, it's a formality. So
and y'all seem so cute. We were together at dinner a couple of weeks ago, and y'all are, he's super chill.
Yeah.
Like, he seems like, I feel like he's a lot like my husband, like, because you and I are both like, all the things, all the issues, all the things.
Yeah.
And then they're just kind of like, they're just pretty like,
chill. He just lets me,
whatever.
God love him. I don't, every day I'm like, oh my God, he's still here. Like, seriously, do you do that with Mike where you're like, oh my God?
I mean, I'm bringing a lot to the table.
You do?
Yeah.
Trust me.
So we're not quite there yet.
No.
We're like, oh gosh.
No, he knows.
I hope he doesn't.
No, he knows. You're a dime.
But no, I do. No, I do. I am thankful that he puts up with like, that I'm comfortable telling him about all the crazy things that are going on in my head. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because like some people, like sometimes you feel like you need to shield people from that. But like, it's just, God bless him.
No.
Like I don't. So that's a great place to be.
It's a great place to be.
He's not always like, oh, these hot flashes are amazing.
Yeah,
and the way that your mood swings are just so radical is so endearing. It's not like that. But he also knows how to handle me.
Yeah.
And vice versa. I know how to handle him too. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's the real magic though.
For sure.
Honestly.
Let me tell you something. Like he's, it's not like he's just Mr. Perfection over here. Like he's got,
No, they all do. Everybody.
Yes,
the thing is everybody has shit.
Right. Everybody
It's just
does.
what's the added value here?
Right.
To tolerate it.
And can you, it's not, I don't even think it's about, like, it's just about, can you handle what your partner offers?
Right.
And are you allowing your partner to be themselves, or are they carrying around shit inside?
Right.
Which I think is super toxic and very not healthy.
Yeah.
Like if you feel like, I mean, now granted, there are certain conversations that I would much rather have with my girlfriends.
Yes.
Only because they're going to like actually be listening and attentive.
Not trying to fix it.
And right. Like
just let me vent.
Right.
He'll be like, don't fix it. Just listen to me.
No, right. And then providing like logical explanations for resolution.
No.
It's like, no,
I don't need
that's not the point.
That's not the point. No. And
the point is not to resolve it. The point is just to bitch about it.
It's just, and they don't get it. Because he's like, if you bring it to me, there needs to be an like actionable resolve. I'm like, no. No, I just want to be heard.
I just want to
be heard. I just want a bitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jasmine, it's so great to have you
Thank
today.
you. Thanks for
got a big
sorry for your ratings.
No, it's going to be great. Action-packed show. I did want to tease something that we just found out we're for sure doing, that you're going to be a part of, because we're doing a remote show at Spark Arlington.
Beautiful. Spark is beautiful.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I had no idea this place existed.
Wow.
So it's inside the old, it's in Choctaw Stadium, which is the old Globe Life Field. No, Globe Life Park. Excuse me.
I know.
Across the street from the new stadium, newish stadium. But they've got this whole workspace. Now, like when you think about a workspace, you're like, oh, it's a bunch of cubicles and you can go plug your computer in.
It's not office space, guys.
No, this thing is next level. Decorated to the nines. It's like 30,000 square feet. There is, let me get the stats out on the number, 17 suites, 61 private offices, views of Globe Life Park. They have event space for 10 to 150 people.
And it's like white glove.
Yeah, they've got all the amenities. If you have a space there, you get access 24/7. That includes like events at
wild.
It's crazy. And it's just a great, like they can accommodate pretty much, they've just got a little bit of everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a live remote show there. I don't know if it's going to be live, but we're going to do a remote show there so we can showcase that space. We can drink some Coppola wine. If any of our listeners want to come sit in on that show, they're welcome. We're going to open it up to everyone. So anyone can come check out the space, sit in while we record an episode of the Mom Game. And then after that, we're going to head across the street to Texas Live. So what they've been doing there is that Troy's at Texas Live, our friend Troy Aikman,
friend of the show.
Have these pop-up concerts. And so you don't know who's coming.
Oh, it's a surprise.
It's a surprise.
Fun.
So it's a small venue, super intimate venue. And so you'll have people like, let me see what the list, it's been Mike Ryan, Bowling for Soup, Dean Dillon, Stoney LaRue are among those who have popped up before.
That's legit.
And so it's May 29th at Troy's in Arlington, which is inside Texas Live. And it should be super fun. So that's Thursday, May 29th at 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale, texas-live.com. So super fun way to spend the day with the Mom Game. Come over to, we don't know the exact shoot time at Spark. And then after that, we'll head over to Troy's at Texas Live, take in a concert and have so much fun.
So much fun.
So super excited about that new partnership and that new, that event we're going to be able to do. And we're doing more events where we're trying to get out. And, we did the Byron Nelson.
Yes.
The CJ Cup Byron Nelson.
You on the wireless mic is y'all. It's everything.
So I was on with the Dumb Zone boys and the Soroy boys, and we had a great time. So anyway, that's an event we've got coming up. We'll push it out on social media and hope everyone can join us on May 29th. Okay, let's talk a little sports because I know you want to talk Dallas Stars.
Oh my God.
So awesome.
You and I were texting back and forth.
Yes. And I said something very inappropriate
no,
to
you
start
did
the
not.
conversation.
No, it was what I was thinking at all.
Yes.
I'm like, I wouldn't expect anything less from you.
Bless. It was Saturday night. I may have had a couple glasses of wine. Okay, Sports Scorts brought to us by our friends at Tylock George Eyecare. As you know, Julia and I both received exemplary services from the trusted ophthalmologist at Tylock George. I got the custom lens replacement. She got the LASIK. Just two of many life-changing options that you can take advantage of there at Tylock George Eyecare. That is what enables me to read from this copy and not have to wear readers or glasses or contacts or anything like that because I don't need them anymore. If you've got questions about your options, including custom lens replacement like I got or LASIK like Julie got from Tylock George, you just schedule your free consultation by visiting tylock.com/TMG. That will get you an extra discount on any services you get, but you have a free consultation waiting for you. You can give them a call or log on to tylock.com/TMG to see how they can get you seeing better today.
And I can attest.
Yeah.
Tylock George did mine in 2010. It is 2025 and my eyes are still amazing.
Okay. Mine wore off after like 17 years.
Everyone's different. Yeah.
LASIK, but custom lens replacement, I'm done.
It's amazing.
I'm done. I won't have to have cataract surgery or anything.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So Stars.
Oh my God.
Dude. So our show airs on Thursday. So game 1 of round 2 will already be in the books, but we cannot not talk about
my God.
The Dallas Stars.
Oh my God.
First round of the Stanley Cup playoffs going up against the Colorado Avalanche, game 7 at the AAC. I had a Rangers event that night. luckily we had first pitch early and we weren't scoring a lot of runs. So the game went pretty fast. So I was able to make it home in time for the entire third period. And so the Stars are down 2-0 going into the third, even with like 10 minutes left in the third. Oh my
God. And the Avs, you don't want that much time. I was terrified. I was like, okay, this is it.
Well, but then you always hear in hockey, beware of the 2-goal lead, beware. And I'm like, why? That doesn't make any sense.
Especially in playoff hockey.
But what is it about the 2-goal lead? Because I'm always like, well, wouldn't you rather be up 2-0 than to be down 2-0? Like, why is this 2-goal lead so crazy?
Because you know sports and you know the psycho superstitions.
Yep.
And statistically, and again, I hate saying this because even the booger eating nerds who are like, well, statistically, I'm like, statistically, their stats don't mean shit in playoff hockey. You've got to take, because anything is game. Yeah. That's why people love inject it in my veins playoff hockey.
It's so good.
It is so good. So yeah, the 2-goal, it's a thing. Yeah. So that's why, and then with the Avs, but then the other flip side to that is, these are the Avs. They're always good. They're just a good team. Yeah. And so it's not the position you'd ideally want to be in, especially with so much time. It's like you don't. It's
right, but it's almost like I almost feel like it's kind of like back in when we were making our runs. The Rangers were in 2010 and 11.
Yes,
well, the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yes,
like Tampa Bay was so good.
My God,
but we always had their number.
I know,
and I feel like that's because I remember Joe Madden even said something about it. Joe Madden was like, "I'm fucking over the Rangers. Like, just done. I don't want to see them. I'm out." And so I feel like with Colorado, they feel the same way about the Stars.
Yes.
Like, we're so good. Yeah. We cannot get past the Stars.
I know. And great. Yes. I love that problem.
Oh, yeah.
But did you, oh my God. Yeah, go on.
No. I mean, but it just looked, and then when, and then you've got, I mean, I was texting, so I texted you, I think after the equalizer.
Yes.
And I said that goal made me aroused. Well, it didn't really. I just was going for effect.
Oh, what made me actually aroused? So
I needed to communicate how much I enjoyed that goal and like how excited I was.
Yes.
But then I started texting my girlfriends who aren't really big sports fans. And I need to keep talking to people about this game.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then fortunately, one of them at least was like, oh God, this game is fucking bananas. Yeah. And then we all got on and I'm like, okay, like the girls that don't really watch sports, like my friend Lisa, I was like, you have got to watch this goal.
Yes.
Like you have to watch the replay.
Yes.
Like you have to.
And don't ask me questions about fundamentals right now.
Like,
just watch it.
Appreciate it. Like it's amazing. You have to know how amazing it is. So then by the end of it, we all started getting on board, and I'm like, it's Mikko Rantanen, and the Avalanche traded him. It's his former team, and he really hasn't done a whole lot. Yes, I was like, he hasn't really done a lot since the trade, and everybody's questioning it. And now
his balls are out.
Like, here we go. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh yeah, totally.
And then the scene was amazing. Like I would have killed to be in that arena.
My God, I know,
because it looked so bananas.
So
he scores the first goal to get him within 2-1. Then he scores the equalizer to tie it at 2. Yep. Then Wyatt had the third one.
I believe, yes.
But he
was drinking.
It.
Yes, he assisted it. Yes.
And then it's empty net because the Avalanche pulled their goalie, because that's what you do when you're down. You're desperate.
Yep.
And then he gets the third one for the hat trick with like 2 seconds left.
Oh,
and hats just go raining down.
My God.
And then it was so funny because my girlfriends are like, why are they throwing their hats?
Don't ask me that right now.
It's a hat trick. But then I was like, oh my gosh, and y'all have got to watch the handshake line. And like, some of them were like, okay, I'm bringing my kid in here to watch this. And they were like, why don't they shake hands after every game? I'm like, you just don't.
Questions.
You just don't. It's hockey.
It's a thing.
Hockey does cool shit.
It does. Hockey does cool shit.
Hockey does cool shit.
Yes, it does.
So anyway, it was so fun. And now they're on to round 2 against Winnipeg. Unfortunately, they do not have home ice advantage.
No, and that scares me.
They got to get... They have not won a game 1, which this is airing after game 1.
No, statistically, remember it's playoff hockey.
I hope you win game 1. I hope everyone listening is saying, "Shut up, Emily. They won game 1. Shut up," because that would be really awesome. Because game 1s have not been good.
I can't. No, I haven't. And I don't know if this happens to you, but there's this phenomenon that coincides with how long my Botox lasts. And how long my teams are in it, because I lose. I mean, it's insufferable.
You think Botox is coming out of your pores?
1,000, because it's making you move muscles constantly, and so it's undoing. I'm serious. Have you not? Like, there's certain periods.
I need to pay attention.
I'm telling you, pay attention the next time you go and get yours done, and then like chart it, almost like ovulation, where you're like. My Botox, I'm like, holy shit. And there's certain periods of time. I mean, the Mavs undid all of it. Yeah. I mean, I had literally gotten mine done, and the entire, like the first month past the Luka trade, my injector's like, girl, we even went up on you this time. I'm like, shut up and just inject again. Like, so there is a correlation.
It's Nico's fault.
It is Nico's fault. So I'm telling y'all, there's a correlation. If you are a diehard day one for your teams, there's a correlation. I'm telling you, chart it.
Between the stress, your Botox and the stress they cause.
I texted you I was like, this is done. I already can feel it.
I kind of was wondering where I needed the Botox explanation, so I'm glad you brought it up.
That's why, because it undoes it every time. Because when you're in it and you're forcing yourself to use facial muscles, because you're like forcing it. Oh my God, you know what I mean? It's hilarious. Like undoing all of it. So anyway,
so funny.
I'm telling you, it's a thing.
Okay, well, go Stars.
Go Stars.
God, I'm so.
Did you watch the Star or the Winnipeg St. Louis?
No, I didn't.
Emily. That was playoff hockey.
I mean, there was 2 seconds left.
Like not even. And it's like, oh my God, he rounded the corner, got it in. And I mean, we're losing our shit like you thought our team was playing. Because playoff hockey just makes you, I'm getting chills talking about it.
I know.
There's nothing like
playoff
nothing
hockey. Especially in person.
No. Oh my God, in person. It's
one
insane.
of the coolest moments of my career. And I saw Marty Turco not too long ago. One of the coolest moments of my career was I was covering the Stars was when I was still working for Fox Sports Southwest. I had not started working full time for the Rangers yet, and I was still covering. I was covering hockey, and it was a game against San Jose. It went to like 800 overtime.
Yes,
didn't get over till like 1:30 in the morning.
My God. And you covered that,
and I covered that, and we had on ice interviews after the game, and whoever had the first interview, network interview or whatever. What got Mike Madonna and I got Marty.
That's amazing.
And the whole time we're doing the interview, the entire crowd is chanting Marty, Marty. It. And I was like, I get chills thinking about it. I was like, this is so effing unbelievable. It was crazy. One of the coolest.
I can't even imagine because it's electric and you're in the middle of it and you're like, keep your questions. What am I asking?
I would love to find that interview because it was really so cool. And every time I see Marty, we talk about it.
It's
and
really, I love that cool. Dallas is a hockey town.
I know it is.
We are a hockey town.
It is for sure.
Love it.
Okay, let's hit the Rangers just a little bit because we all know they've been struggling offensively so badly. Oh gosh. But they are shaking some things up. So they fired the offensive coordinator, Donnie Ecker. Donnie been with us for, I think this was his 4th season.
Yeah.
Big part of what we've done offensively, and a big part of the World Series run and all that kind of stuff. And so, but I think they just felt like they had to do something. So they sent Jake Berger down to, AAA. They outright designate Leody Taveras, which was a little bit of a shock to me. I mean, like, wow. I mean, it's like they're just trying to make moves to shake things up. I think to send messages. I think to actually, that obviously they want to actually change things. But so they fired Donnie Ecker and then bring in Brett Boone, who has like a 14-year big league career. Brother of Aaron Boone, who's the Yankees skipper.
Yeah. And wasn't this like a Michael Young, like, hey, let me make some calls?
Yeah. So I just heard from Brett Boone's podcast. He said that he actually, the way this conversation got started was he ran into Michael Young at an USC baseball game. And they kind of had a conversation, say hi to Boach, say hi to CY. So then Michael talks to CY and whatever, and then the conversation started, and then here we are. So, it's like anything else. I mean, is he going to go and reconstruct Corey Seager's swing or, Jock Peterson's swing or anything else? No, but just a lot of times you need a new voice. You need a fresh perspective.
Something.
A change kind of in philosophy.
Because I think on paper, even going in during the off season, we pick up Jock Peterson. Yeah. And there is this like,
Jock Peterson, Jake Berger. These are
God.
two proven hitters.
And then he's reuniting with his boy, Corey Seager. And you're thinking, oh my God, they're going to relive the Dodgers days and blah, blah. And then it was like, what is happening? Yeah. And then I was, okay, so maybe you can answer this question. Can the entire team get the yips?
I mean, you always hear about like hitting is contagious.
Yes.
But also slumping can be contagious.
Yes.
Too. Because it's just like, because when that guy ahead of you is struggling, then you're feeling more pressure. And then it's just a trickle down effect. And it's like, Boach said something when I was out there a couple weeks or last week or whenever it was. And he said, like we weren't working counts, like not generating walks and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, fear creates walks. And right now, no pitcher is scared of this lineup.
Yes.
So they're not afraid to throw strikes because we're not being disciplined. We're swinging, whatever. And so, anyway, I think, it's just a thing of everyone's trying so hard to pull this offense out of it that they're probably a lot of them stepping outside themselves and what is really needed from them because they feel like they need to compensate for others. So it's all with good intention, but it's something that's got to get fixed because you're wasting tremendous pitching. Tremendous. And so hopefully this will be kind of the switch that, and I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but Evan Carter also coming back. So hopefully this kind of Rubik's Cube combination they're trying to figure out will translate
because it feels
sooner
like,
rather than later.
Well, like the statement was put out like Saturday night, I think during the Stars games. I remember like scrolling on Twitter.
Oh, with Ecker?
Yeah.
It was Sunday after
Sunday.
the
Was
game.
it Sunday? Okay.
Right,
it was one of those days.
Yep.
And I'm like,
we
know what this means.
I think they're just, and I think too, it's the front office saying like, we mean business. Like if you're not producing, we're going to try something else. Somebody else.
You have to. Because it's like, we had that. It's like ever since the World Series, it felt like, what is happening?
Right. Well, and CY had said I waited too long. I was too patient last season in 2024.
Yeah. But he's damn good. He knows he's got his shit.
Right. And I think he learned from that. And he's like, I waited too long last year. And by the time, we kept saying, oh, we're going to click, we're going to figure it out. And then they never did. And then by the time it was too late.
Yeah.
So he's being a lot more proactive this season.
That's how it is.
Okay, so that's a little sportsy stuff. I didn't even put anything on feed, but I know we have plenty of stuff to talk about. If you think of something while I tell everyone about the people bringing us what's on your feed, our friends at Audrie Dollins Media and Earlybird CBD. We've talked to you about Audrie Dollins Media. They are fantastic. They've been working with us for the last several months. They have really upped our game in terms of our presentation, our website. Please check out our new website. It is so good. Audrie did such a phenomenal job, just kind of bringing us into a new era of the mom game. They do influencer management, brand management, monetization management, collaborations, all that kind of stuff. So if you're looking to kind of reestablish yourself as a company or as an individual brand, Audrie Dollins Media is the place to go. So please check them out, audriedollinsmedia.com. And then also we all know how much we love the Earlybird CBD. I got a message from our friend Dawn, Super Ranger fan, Dawn Shepard. She's like, well, when are they coming out with those chocolates? That was good because it was the free giveaway in the 420 gift pack. And so she really liked those chocolates that they introduced for the 420 special. But if you know me and if you've heard me, I truly, truly can't live without Earlybird CBD. When it's time to shut my mind off, I will pop a couple, slide in that biscuit and get a really, really good night's sleep. Last night was another example. I had my mind racing about a million different things and I was like, it's time to shut it down. So I went and popped a couple Earlybirds, got in that biscuit and fell right asleep and slept all the way through the night. I didn't even get up to go to the bathroom, which is weird.
Who sleeps through the night?
I know. It was crazy. I slept like 10:30 to 5:30.
What?
7 hours.
What?
I know. I'm more impressed with my bladder than anything else.
Yeah, actually.
So the Mom Game 20 is active and good for 20% off your first order online. It's a new code, so it can be used by someone, even if you've ordered before, one time only. But yeah, check them out, earlybirdcbd.com. That microdose of THC from hemp really does do the trick, get you in that relaxed space, whether you want to sleep or just want to chill on the couch. So check them out, earlybirdcbd.com. Okay, what's on your feed?
Okay, so do you follow the Met Gala at all?
Okay, is this what everyone was dressed up
Yes.
for? Is this what is Kim Kardashian okay?
They're all, well, oh my God, it's been a whole thing for a long time.
I know.
But she's always been a little.
I know, but they are all beautiful. The Jenners and the Kardashians, they are beautiful.
Because they have good surgeons.
They have wonderful surgeons.
And injectors, and they're billionaires. Like,
do you think we could be that pretty if we had that team?
We would be hot if we had that kind of money.
Man, they're so pretty all the time.
Because they can.
Okay, what were you going to say about? But she was wearing this dress and like the things, the
corsets and all that
she's doing, and then the way she's standing, and then. It's like, honey, you don't need to stick your booty out. Like,
no,
it's out.
It's out.
It is on.
But posing gives me anxiety. Like when I watch people do it, I'm like, I don't like taking pictures.
I know. Same. I
hate it.
I'm right there with you.
It's like, yeah. So, okay. So the Met Gala, yes, it is this like display of insanity with and everybody's there. Celebrities, athletes, famous people.
This is like where you can venture out into the fashion. You can Is this where what's her head wore the meat dress?
Yes.
Okay.
Lady Gaga. Yeah. There was a girl on the red carpet that had a handbag made out of ice, so her hands dripping.
I saw that.
Why?
What are we doing?
I don't get it. That's so dumb. That's dumb. But yeah, so you get to be like crazy, and there's and it's invite only. Anna Wintour.
Who's inviting?
Okay, so Anna Wintour gatekeeps, and Anna Wintour is
she?
You don't know who Anna Wintour?
Honey, is she fashion or art?
Yeah, she's like a Vogue. She's the Vogue editor.
Okay.
I know you were raised by your daddy, but she is like, okay, so did you ever see The Devil Wears Prada?
I did.
Okay, so the really bitchy boss in that was inspired by Anna Wintour.
Okay, yes. So how long has she been doing this shit?
Oh, years.
Okay, so she's like...
Yes.
Kiss the ring.
Yes, basically kiss the ring.
Got it.
And people either love her or hate her because she is very polarizing.
Okay.
As The Devil Wears Prada, expressed.
Right.
So yeah, these people go at and you'll see these athletes sometimes too where I'm like, well, what are we...
Bless.
Your suit's made out of rulers. Like what, like just random crazy shit.
Right.
But here's my thing. I would just once, Anna, because you watch the mom game.
Okay.
I would love to be invited because I want to wear something so insane.
What's her name?
Anna Wintour.
Do you think she listens to the mom?
Totally.
But
you guys are fashion beacons.
Obviously,
I mean, look at you.
Obviously.
She loves your LTK.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
So yeah, no, it's this, and it goes viral because people try to go it's like one-upping each other in like
who
crazy.
Can be the most outrageous?
Yes, who can be the most outrageous?
Okay, so who was the most outrageous?
So here's the other thing to me is I don't remember shit, and I can't keep up with people. It used to be when people were famous. They were unanimously famous.
I don't know so many famous people.
You could show me a lineup,
many people.
And I'm like, where's Halle Berry?
Yeah.
Where's Whitney Houston? Like, I don't know.
She's no longer.
I know. But you know what I'm saying? Like
Demi Moore.
Yes. That one. Okay.
Meg
we know.
Ryan.
Yes. Meg Ryan, famous.
The young people.
Unanimously famous.
Like I think the young, like I'm in the Selena Gomez is a young famous person and she's not. She's probably like 35.
Girl, 30. Okay. So I went to college with her mom. I babysat her for like 3 seconds.
Shut your mouth.
I'm not kidding you. It was, I mean, literally.
How
for
old
3
is
seconds. Her mom had her young.
Okay.
So she was like doing Barney when we were in college together.
Oh my gosh.
And doing college together when we were in college together. And she had brought her up with her to do something. And she was like, hey, I got to get my books out of my car. Can you watch her for a second? And I was like, yeah. So here's me and like baby Selena Gomez.
That's hilarious.
Sitting, and I was like, oh, look, Barney. Look. Yeah. And then years go by and I'm like, oh my God, I babysat her.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Babysat her.
You did.
For like
molded her.
Yeah, I molded her.
To the woman she
Where's
is.
my money?
Okay, so who's getting in? So is it just like, what's her name?
Anna Wintour.
Is she getting in like on the influencer thing? Or is she strictly like, you've got to be A-list celebrity?
No, it is very curated. You are A-list, or you go with somebody like, you're a date of somebody who Anna. So she either knows you directly or you better know someone legit. So it is it's a very, like I said, curated, and it is very proper. Like you get like a proper invitation with like cursive lettering on,
right.
It's not, it's not an Evite.
Right. She's not sending out a screen grab on
here's my Canva flyer.
Yeah,
Can you make it to the Met Gala?
Okay. So what was the most outrageous thing?
So here's what's funny.
Besides the ice handbag.
So to me, LeBron James's wife had this insane, like, I don't even know. Here, let me try to pull it up. Because, here's my other thing to this. I don't know how I feel about athletes at the Met Gala.
Why?
Because, so like for one, LeBron James was tweeting. He's like, hey, everybody, and I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, I can't make it to the Met Gala because, that knee injury I suffered during the season, but my wife will be there. And I'm like, shouldn't you probably be worried about your knee? Right? Am I being a poo-poo fun sucker where it's like, you better be sports or nothing?
Well, but wait, they got bounced.
I know, but still, it's just like, hey, I don't know. It's we. I don't.
Oh, you don't want him to mix. You don't want him to,
it weirds
you want
me
him to
out.
stick to sport.
Kind of. See, and now I'm the person I hate.
But not use their platform. You're just like, just don't go to the Met Gala.
I'm just, it's very specific.
Right.
It was so
you can talk
weird.
about social issues all you want. Just don't go to the Met Gala.
It was so weird. Let me see if I can. So I don't know if you can see
it's
this.
a very strange prejudice you have against athletes.
I'm not normal. So like this is, and I don't know if you can see that, but that's like Savannah James's, how would you even describe that?
It looks like, it looks like a Catholic school uniform made into
burlesque, right?
Yeah,
kind of like a Marilyn Monroe, but then she's got cut out. It's just, and it's big.
She's stunning.
She's stunning. She's beautiful. But like, imagine hauling that around. How do you sit down? How do you go to the bathroom?
Yeah, but that whole patch, or that's like a brooch she's wearing. It looks like a private school.
Yes.
Catholic
but you know what I mean?
patch.
So it's just crazy shit like this. And then like Russell Wilson was there with Ciara, and God love him. He's like the NFL Ned Flanders.
Bless him.
I know. I can't. And so I'm like, you're so misplaced. And I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to be that person.
The Met Gala.
Yeah. Like Tom Brady used to go with, but that makes sense because Giselle. I mean, they're like hot couple.
Yeah, for sure.
But like random people.
Yeah.
Like.
Was Bill Belichick there?
Oh my God. That whole thing is so crazy.
It's so insane. I can't deal.
That is so crazy. It is. And evidently now she's tried to she boxed herself into the Dunkin' Donuts Super Bowl ad. Do you remember this? For the, it was like Ben Affleck and it was Dunkin' Donuts, but evidently she was in it. Now we know. Because
really?
Yeah. And she was like, I'm going to be in it was,
That girl's something. I mean, if you can get, she's either got magic pee or she's got some sort of like crazy mind tricks that she's playing.
I mean,
because he's like the least controllable human on the planet, and she's got him eating out of the palm of her hand, doing whatever she wants.
Which is so weird.
I know. It's like, Bill, blink twice if you need help.
Oh my God. And that's what first got me. So it went years ago when I was still doing sports radio. We were out covering one of the many Super Bowls they were in, and interviewing him. It was like,
oh my God.
I don't know.
Seattle.
And you're like, well,
Seattle.
Yeah. Well,
Seattle.
And you're like, oh, that's who he is.
Yeah.
So how do you keep up with a young, like just even 21, 22-year-old girl?
And then he's taking pictures dressed up like a fisherman, and she's a mermaid on a beach. I'm like,
what is this Bill? It's
I know.
so weird.
His kids have got to be mortified. Like, I'm thinking, like, if my dad was still alive and he was dating someone like that, I would be like, oh my God.
It's elder abuse. It's literal elder abuse.
I agree.
And we're all watching it.
And I feel like if the roles were reversed, we would be outraged because young dudes taking advantage of an older woman.
1000%.
Okay. All right. Well, we have got to get to our guests.
Let's do it.
We have two
We got a drink.
very special guests, and they are brought to us by our friends at One Day Doors. We have heard Julie talk about her experience with One Day Doors and Closets. They save customers 30 to 50% compared to big box stores or handymen. They basically come to your house. They do the measurements, and then they come in, swoop in with these brand new doors that aren't hollow. They're solid wood. It protects the integrity of your home, keeps noises out or in wherever they're supposed to be. They can do any kind of doors, hinged, bolted, or bifold rather, sliding. So you can update the look of your house just by changing out the doors, and One Day Doors makes it easy and simple. They do closet work as well. Their process typically starts with an in-home visit so people can get a feel for what their new home would look like with these new and improved doors and windows, or you can visit their Louisville showroom. Their number is 940-969-4790. Also, they've got a promo code exclusively for us, onedaytexas.com/promo30. That gets buy one, get one free on doors. So if you give them a call, tell them the Mom Game sent you, give them that promo code so you can take advantage of the same service and quality doors that our little Julie did. But right now it is time for our guests. Well, we have had her on the show before, and we are pleased to welcome her back again. She is the director of winemaking at Francis Ford Coppola Wineries, and we are so excited to have Andrea Card back with us. Andrea,
thank you.
Thanks for having it, or thanks for coming in. I guess
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I'm super happy to be in Texas. So
she gets it.
It's all good.
I was anticipating what you were going to say. So you brought us some new wines. You brought us some good wine. I think they're all good wines. But before we get into the tasting, I want to revisit your story just a little bit.
Yeah.
Seems like a dream job. Not going to lie.
I mean, if you like wine, it's a pretty good job.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
How you got started and how you ended up with Coppola, obviously a huge partner of ours. And so I just want to revisit a little bit about your story.
Yeah. I grew up in Sonoma County, which is a beautiful wine country in California. And I never thought I was going into wine because it was around me all the time. And I came back home after college and was like, oh, geez, I better do something. So I got a job at a winery and I fell in love. And it was so amazing. And a couple jobs later, I ended up at Coppola, and I'm really happy to be here.
Okay, but how do you keep a job at a winery? Because I feel like Emily.
Well, you just can't drink too much.
Oh my God,
right?
how do you not? This is a serious question.
Yeah,
like
no,
seriously.
I agree.
We spit, right? So we taste a lot, but you have your little spitter and you're good to go. You just make sure you have snacks and lunch, and it's great.
So are you, we're talking way too much about the drinking, but like, are you like drinking all day?
No,
Or
no.
you're just
I mean, I do have a real job part too, right? Where I have a computer and I have to use that from time to time. But the best part is like being in the vineyard and checking out grapes and being a part of that process. So there's lots of indoor, outdoor drinking, not drinking time. So.
And then how does the process go about trying to figure out like how to make a new wine? So like, for example, we've been talking about this on the show.
Yeah.
The new low-cal, low-alc whites that you guys have. How do you go about making a new wine, especially one that's like low in calories?
Yeah. So this was brought to us by marketing. They were like, hey, we need this wine. We're hoping to venture into the low-cal area. And all of us were kind of like, okay, well, we'll try something new. And I was really excited to be able to try new ways of harvesting grapes. And so we're actually harvesting the grapes just early. And it helps us to be able to keep some of the really bright nuances of the wine, because you can make wine like this many different ways. So it's a fun adventure for us.
So how do you control, but like, is there a lever? Like, how do you control the alcohol volume?
Sugar. How much sugar is in the grapes is directly related to how much alcohol is in the wine when you finish. So if you pick the grapes earlier, you have less sugar to convert into alcohol and you get less calories.
Okay, fascinating. I never knew that. Okay, so I do want to try some.
Yeah.
Can tell us about.
Let's try it.
Yeah, what we.
So
what
these
we-
are
like, let's cut to the chase.
let's go.
I know.
Let's open these.
Sorry, I got excited.
No, I obviously I got excited. Like, stop messing around here, Andrea.
I know. Let's
We're
drink.
Gonna talk.
Okay.
Talk and drink, please.
So the first one is Pinot Grigio. It's part of our Diamond Collection Vibrance. And Vibrance is basically just, our low calorie line. And it's 8% alcohol. Here, let me do the honors here.
We don't have to spit it out. do
No,
we?
I'm not spitting.
Yeah,
out.
I'm not. I was
Don't
like,
pour
sorry
a lot.
about you.
I'm not.
I know.
spitting.
Y'all aren't, look.
Okay, we'll just give you little sips, and then I can always
What
give
does
you
the
more,
swishing around do?
swirling is actually to give it more oxygen.
Okay.
So if you ever smell your wine and you're like, that smells kind of funky, just give it a little swirl and you'll be good to go. The oxygen helps aerate some of those kind of
I like
off
how you
things
did it.
out
You're
of
like, you're
Yeah.
So
Oh
with
yeah.
it.
So
It's-
if you want to start like
Oh, that
start on the
that
table.
won't end well for me.
No, you start on the table and this is how you
Oh
start.
my God, it gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
once you get that swirl technique, then you can
Then
pick it
you-
up.
Okay, so it's not always corked then. It could just be that you need to swirl it.
Yeah, sometimes there's just like it's been trapped in this bottle, right? It's like the genie in the bottle. It gets trapped
that's
in there.
good.
And so you want to be able to give it a little bit of oxygen. Whites generally are good to go. You don't need to swirl them as much. But if there is something funky in there, just
That is
Okay,
a
can
good
I-
Pinot
Can I
Gris.
guess some tasting notes here?
Oh my God.
Is there
Emily.
is there pear?
whatever you find is in there.
Whatever your fruit is. You can find it, Emily.
Yeah, I think there is. There's some like green crisp pear.
There's green
very
apple.
crisp.
Yeah,
There's
and green apple.
for sure.
I mean, obviously, this is a lower calorie, lower alcohol wine. So it is a lighter style wine.
Yeah.
So we want it to be with those fresh fruits and lots of acid and refreshing.
Okay.
This is a perfect wine for
Summer.
a hot, humid
Anything,
day.
actually.
Okay. Is this going to be which one's going to be at Colonial?
The shimmer.
Okay, we're gonna get to that.
Is my understanding.
Teasing. I'm
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's next?
Hit me,
Uh-oh,
bartender.
I have to take a little more.
Yes.
Let's go. I love drinking with my bartender.
Otherwise, I would have to, mix them, and you don't want to mix them.
No.
What did they call that in college? Like when you mixed everything together?
Oh, like a suicide.
Suicide, yes.
Yep. My kids will do that with like sodas, like at a soda machine,
yes,
and
yep.
they'll be like a little bit of root beer, a little bit of Dr. Pepper.
Sprite
It's-
and-
I was thinking you were thinking a Long Island iced tea. I'm like, ooh, I do love that.
Or there was a shot.
Hurricane.
There was a
it?
shot that was I forgot what it was called, but it was maybe like a kamikaze or something.
Come on, Lubbock. You got to be better than that.
serious.
Come on.
What about that nasty one where they would pick up the bar mat?
Yes, that's the one I'm
trash
thinking
can,
of.
the
Yes.
trash can punch. Oh, Jesus.
That's awful.
All right.
Okay,
so
tell us
this
about
one is our Sauvignon Blanc. So part of the Diamond Collection Vibrance.
Smell that.
And this one is really great to me. I love Sauvignon Blanc. It's just bright and crisp
Okay, that's
and
my
really
jam.
refreshing. So if you like Sauvignon Blanc, this
Good.
just is 8% alcohol. And so you can have one more glass or...
Okay, so what is normally, like it's usually 12 to 15,
Yeah.
isn't it? And
Yeah.
I think it took me a while to realize that.
I love how Emily asked that like she didn't know all innocently.
No,
so what is typical ABV in a wine?
So, because I used to think I'll just go drink for drink and we'll be on the same page. And then all of a sudden I was like, whoa.
If it's drink for drink and someone has a beer, you're going to be under the table before
Emily's
they
at the
are.
end of the
Yes.
book. We're not even on the same page,
it's
sister.
like almost as if you were there when I figured this out. Because it was like, well, I mean, I only had 3 drinks, 3 glasses of wine. You had 3 beer, whatever. And it was like, oh, that's whole ABV thing.
Yeah. So
It's a
these
real thing.
wines,
the whole
yeah,
ABV thing.
these wines are really meant to be like more sessionable, right? Like the sessionable beers that you get for lunch or whatever that are 4% alcohol. I mean, this is twice as much, but you get the volume is generally less that you're getting in a pour.
God bless the people who only have a 4% ABV at lunch. Because that ain't me.
Yeah.
So
It's amazing.
Different strokes for different folks.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
But I think this wine is really crisp, really bright, has a lot going on even for a low calorie wine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, even too, like if you think about, like, because I always think about like, oh, drink, having a glass of wine by the pool, like cooling off, and
Yes.
this would be perfect. And two, I feel like when you're in the sun, things escalate very quickly.
They sure do, friend.
So
they
this
sure
is
do.
This is a smart thing.
And one more thing to bring up, I've tried a whole slew of low-cal wines because, they market to us women and, the shit we care about. This tastes like a full-bodied wine.
Yeah.
You're not getting your you can taste that it's low-cal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it's really good.
This is really
know.
good. She's like, I do know.
I do.
I do know. We've tried a lot of them as well.
And they're just garbage. Some of them are just awful.
To be honest, it's really hard to make.
Yeah.
It's actually more difficult than some of the other wines because we have to go through more processes to make sure that it is lower alcohol.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get the texture to be correct because if you drink wine a lot
Yes.
and then all of a sudden you have a low calorie thing, you're like, wait, this tastes a little different than it should.
Well, the integrity of the wine's
feels
intact. And I'm like a giant wino. So I'm like, that's what I was like, oh, this tastes legit.
Yeah, this is like the perfect pool wine,
Yes.
right? Because you're in the sun and you probably want to have more than one glass throughout the afternoon. And
Okay.
this is perfect.
Yeah.
So you
know.
can split it or not.
Yeah, or not.
Or not.
Okay. This
All right.
is the next one. This
So
is the
Shimmer.
one that is going to be at the Colonial, the
Yes.
Charles Schwab Challenge.
Yeah,
at
that's
Colonial.
my understanding. So this is our newest wine, the Shimmer. Easy open, right? We always like that.
You know
Yes,
what
we
people
do.
ask about that is if is there, it's like, I think sometimes wine snobs especially are like,
Totally.
Yes, I'm here.
we need a cork,
Correct.
It's like, but it's not necessary
No.
by any stretch of the imagination.
Gets in the way.
Totally not necessary depending on the varietal and the style of wine and the price point, really,
Yeah.
I think. I love having an easily accessible bottle that you can just use your hands. You don't have to
I'm
have
not
another
going to go
tool.
out to my pool and serve my guests with a napkin draped over my.
Right. I mean, if
Well,
you're
I'm not
serving the
coming over.
Archimedes, then maybe that is how
Because
you
the
want to
bigger,
serve it.
the
right?
bigger wines, the bigger
But
reds.
with the screw caps, like all whites are pretty great. They're not meant to be aged. They're meant to be drank young. And so the screw cap is perfect for this.
Ooh.
So this wine is Shimmer, part of our
good.
Diamond Collection.
good.
This is 11% alcohol. So we've
Okay.
moved up a little bit. We're still on the lower end for white wine for California. And this is a 50-50 blend of Sauvignon Blanc and Pinot Grigio.
Okay.
Ooh, I can taste that. Those
And
are
it-
like my 2 favorite whites.
Yeah. See, I'm a Savi.
Yeah.
Savi B.
Savi
girl
B.
myself. But those are all 3 really good. And then sometimes you just you get in not a rut, but you get into where you're drinking the same thing all the time,
Yeah.
and you just kind of want to mix it up. Which I'll do occasionally with like a Pinot Grigio. But I don't know that I've ever had a 50-50 Pinot.
I hadn't had one either.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, that's
we were like, okay,
Yeah.
well, let's try
Give it
it.
a try.
And we tried it, and it was a great vintage for Sauvignon Blanc for 2024, and so it made a beautiful wine.
Yeah, so everyone visit the concession stands Is that what I feel like? That sounds like a junior high
Concession
basketball game.
stand.
Concession stand.
I mean, as long as they sell wine, you're good to go.
Wherever they sell wine, ask for the shimmer from Coppola at the Charles Schwab Challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we move on to the reds, I do want to ask you, like, because I remember, and I may have told you this the very first time you were on the show. I grew up in Plainview, Texas, which is a very small town. We had to drive to a place called Nazareth, which is ironic, to buy alcohol.
That is.
Yes,
that is
isn't it?
pretty
I hope
ironic,
you can see
yes.
the irony there. And so, like, my first experience with wine was like Franzia.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
makes me want to throw up thinking.
Oh.
I know.
But I think it feels like it could be, it can be like an overwhelming thing to figure out wine. But and I have actually worked with, a wine company in the past, and like my whole deal was like, if you taste it, here's the idea: taste it. If you like it, you should drink it.
Yes.
If you don't, you shouldn't.
Correct.
Like it's just
I love
doesn't
that.
have to be this rocket science of tannins and all that
Correct.
stuff.
Yeah, I always say, well, like when you said, "Oh, is there pear in this?" Yes, whatever it is that you find,
It's your pear.
Blueberry.
yeah,
It's
whatever
blueberry.
you find in the wine is,
Right.
and you find it nice.
Yeah.
Great, drink it, do it.
And
If
I guess
not,
there's people that like that's their thing, right? Like that. But for me, it's just like I don't really know. Like I just know I like it.
Yeah.
It tastes good.
it's a
And
learned
so-
thing too.
Yeah.
Right. You have to pair your brain to,
Yes.
and we do a lot of that in training, and we talk about it a lot. And someone
Well-
will say something, and you're like, "Oh, I never thought about that
Yeah.
aspect of the wine," and then you use that word going forward.
We went to Sarah Milton.
Yes.
Used to work for the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Went to her wedding, and Mike and my husband and I scheduled this like wine tasting, and neither one of us were very advanced
Oh
in that area.
no. Oh no.
11 a.m.
no.
It was just the two of us.
Oh, Emily.
And so
No.
we go.
No.
Yeah. So we go, and I mean, I don't even know if I ate bread, but it was wine and cheese pairing. And I used to kind of make fun of this stuff. I'm like, oh, so cheesy. So I've had, some samples. And then the lady leading the tasting would be like, and then you're going to taste this cheese and you're going to taste a hint of crisp apple. And I'd be like, holy shit.
She was right.
It tastes just like apples. This is amazing.
And did you say it just like that?
Just like that.
I love you.
Just like that. And Mike was like,
Oh my God.
oh dear, we
How
have
am
a
I
wedding
married
to
to
go
you?
to tonight. I was like, I just need a nap. Did you taste those hints of lemon? It's so it was hilarious.
They're like Plainview. Let's take it down.
I mean, Plainview was in like, oh my gosh, can you believe you can taste the notes of stuff in there? I mean, just
The power of suggestion
Yes.
when it comes to wine is definitely a big thing, right?
Yeah.
If somebody says, "Oh my gosh, I get like, citrus rind," you're like, "Yes." It's like when I'm zesting the lemon for,
Oh my God. I
So,
love that.
yeah, the power of suggestion.
It is. It's
that's
true.
a nice way to put it.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but that's also how you learn how to connect the like flavor with an actual fruit or something else that you've had.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and I'll buy into
it's
it. Like
learned.
if I'm having seafood, I will have white wine. If I'm having steak, I will
Oh,
have
you have
red
to.
wine.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
but
just pairs.
it's pretty elementary over here. My knowledge.
Oh
Well,
my
but
God.
you can do like with like, or you can do opposites too.
Yeah.
You can do a heavy something with a lighter something if there's something to connect them. So
I mean,
say
do you
there's-
always have to have food? What if you just want to?
No, I say most of our wines are cocktail wines. So that means that you can have it as a cocktail,
Yeah.
or you can have it with food.
Love it.
Food normally enhances the wine, or the wine enhances the food, but it definitely does not have to go together.
Yeah, because that's my house. That's more my speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Food gets in the way.
I'm drinking a glass of shimmer like in my front porch, with no food.
Sure.
I'm just hanging out.
While getting ready. That's my favorite glass of wine is the getting ready glass.
See,
of
I
wine.
can't. I'm
Well,
always
'cause I
paranoid.
can't stand getting ready, but I will enjoy it.
I
if
get
have
too
a glass of
hot.
wine with
Oh, see, I can't. I get too hot, and then I'm like, oh, this eyeliner is not going to be straight. If I like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't. I have too much anxiety around drinking.
That's hilarious. Okay,
Afterwards.
so all these whites are like in the general Diamond Collection price point, $20-ish.
Yep.
These though, you brought us some special ones.
Yeah,
that are
some
a little
red
bit
wines.
in the
I mean,
higher price
who doesn't
point.
want to drink this
I am
at
a
this
red
early in the
girl.
morning?
And it's after 11.
Yeah. I mean, it's 9 at home. It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's totally fine.
It's
You're not
12 o'clock.
driving
It's
today.
12 o'clock. So
Yeah.
it's
Fine.
yeah. So our first wine that we'll have is the Gia Coppola Red Blend. So
Okay, is that named after another daughter?
yeah. So this is Francis's granddaughter, Gia.
Okay. I like that when you get the names.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
How cool would you feel though if
super?
Oh, speaking of, maybe we should have a mom game wine.
Oh my God, the Emily! I want to drink the Emily.
I mean, or just the Emily,
or just
Emily.
How would Julie feel about that?
Well, I mean, she's not here. It's her,
sorry, girl. You're on vacation.
Missed opportunity.
I feel like if I'm like the wine, is it the sommelier? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
The maker. Look at me knowing this shit. So I feel like this would be more Julie, and this would be more Emily.
Yeah.
If we're, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is bold and in your face.
Okay.
And then this is like, wee,
she's
nice and crisp.
Bold and in your face.
In like a great way.
That is a good.
You know I love you because I'm bold and in people's face too. I know this.
So Gia Coppola, Francis's granddaughter, she's also a movie producer as well. So I'll talk about that when we get to the second label.
That is good.
But this first one is a red blend from Paso Robles.
I love Paso. That's what it is. It's the Paso Robles.
Right? People love it.
Good.
This is Rusty the cat is on this label. And Rusty is Linda Ramon's cat. So the
Shut
Ramones.
Up. You're kidding me.
Yeah. So Gia and Linda are friends. And this is apparently her house. Like it's a pink shag carpet, a pink chair. Like I want to go to Linda Ramon's house now. But so Gia is a photographer and a director. And so these labels are all pictures that she's taken.
It's okay, really, really I love stuff with stories. Yeah. I'm a nerd for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a backstory for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, if the Coppolas wanted to add another daughter to the mix, we could have the
Emily Coppola. That totally rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. I keep thinking, what about Andrea? But no one has gone for it yet. So it's okay.
It does flow a little bit better than Emily.
Emily Coppola?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it works.
Yeah, I do too.
We could be like the twins.
Well, there we go.
You totally could.
Jointly.
Can you adopt both of us
at the same time? And then poor Julie. She's just out there.
I mean, Julie Coppola.
She's not really here to make her case, so we'll just
okay, fine.
We'll move on from that.
Emily and Andrea.
We're going to be the niece.
We're going to focus on Andrea and I at this point.
Yeah. So the red blend Paso Robles, it is made with organic grapes. So these two wines, the Gia wines, are made with organic grapes. So again, another little challenging kind of winemaking thing. We're farming the grapes organically in the vineyard, and then when we bring them in, we have to treat them a little bit differently than other wines to stick with that organic grape winemaking.
Okay, so can I say the older I've gotten, the more shits I give about what's in my wine? Like, because I think of like the next day, you're like, okay, I can, like, if I look at a bottle, I'm like, no, this is going to hang me over the next day, right? Versus like, hey, there's stuff to this. You're going to feel better if you drink a better quality wine.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's more, even for people younger than us, I think they're starting to pay more attention to that.
Yes.
But especially when
it's not us.
And you just don't bounce back.
No, you do not.
What do you mean?
The bounce back. Ooh, that bounce back is not very bouncy.
There's really no bounce. Yeah. There's less
no
bounce
house.
to that.
No. Okay, so what's the next one? So that was a blend.
So this is a red blend. Then we're going to move on to a Cabernet. Oh no.
Yeah.
I poured myself too much.
Is there a too much?
Yeah, no such thing. No such thing.
Yeah, but see, I'm used to my spitter and I don't.
Oh yeah, you don't have a spitter.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. I mean, the day is not going to be that long. No. It'll be fine. There's just a monsoon happening.
Exactly.
It's fine. Just drink. It's fine.
Yes, it makes everything better. Speaking of, there are certain weather times where you do, which is basically you could fit them into anything. But you know when we like freeze in,
yes.
Which this doesn't happen to you in California, but like we've had a few like snowstorms or really ice storms where you're stuck in the house.
Yep.
And it could be literally 11:30 and I'll be like, a.m. And I'm like, well, we're going to play Mahjong. We can't go anywhere. Let's play Mahjong and go ahead and fill me up with a glass of red wine. Because it's like warm.
Yeah, and makes you feel warm from the inside out, right? It's like a little mini fireplace.
Does Mike do the thing where like if it is like an 11 o'clock on like a Tuesday and you're like glug, 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 and he's like, really?
Oh,
like the look?
Yes.
Oh my God, what's the look? I'm like, Joey, bye. Well, why are you looking?
Yeah, I mean, especially if it was red, he might be like.
Oh, see, I'm red all the time. Girl, all the time.
See,
I go hard in
the paint. I have an internal clock.
Can't
Can't
do it.
Always red.
It could be 9 a.m.
Really?
It could be, and I'll be like, let's pour. Am I an alcoholic?
Well,
no, you're doing great. You're doing great. Drink some of these wines, you'll be good to go.
Yeah. But it's like there's certain situations where like I just want a glass of red wine. Like, and there's certain ways. We had Troy Aikman on. And he has a beer, his 8 Elite Light Lager, and I always crave a beer after I get done like working in the yard.
Yes.
Like there's just certain triggers in your brain that are like, oh, I want this,
or like a run.
Yeah.
Anytime you're,
Yeah.
Good beer.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't do that because you're
No.
like, really?
I have a glass of Sauvignon Blanc after working out.
Yeah.
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 You totally should.
Okay.
Off the treadmill. It's 5 a.m.
Peloton. Hey.
Pour me a red.
Okay. So this one is.
So this is a Cabernet Sauvignon, again, from Paso Robles, made with organic grapes. So this is Gia again.
that's good.
And this label is a picture from one of her movies that she directed. And now my mom brain has totally blanked.
That's okay.
We're going to get there.
We're gonna
anyways,
get Dave, if you're listening,
it's super cool.
Have somebody tell us in our ear. Okay.
Scream it.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Yeah. So that's what happens when you have 4 wines before. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, yeah.
I can taste the tobacco.
But it is good.
Tobacco note.
yeah, there's some like even fresh tobacco
Yes.
in there,
Look at
which
me.
that sounds
I know.
kind of strange, but there's like a freshness to it.
Okay. Bringing up all these like tannins or tastes or notes or whatever, like, are you actually putting anything else? Like, you're not actually putting
Grapes only.
tobacco in the wine.
Yes, there's chew.
I'm like,
No, so
is
I
it
mean,
Red Man or what are we working
Skull
with
in
here?
there.
yeah, some cherry skull, so that way we get the cherry notes too.
Copenhagen.
Sorry. Ugh. No, so people a lot of times they're like, did you put apples in it? Did you put cherries? There's definitely fruit wines out there. We don't make anything with any other fruits other than grapes. It's just amazing. The varietal itself and where it was grown and how much sunshine it got will give us all of those different fruit aromatics.
So fascinating.
It is.
I-
It is.
Yeah. And the way you farm it can really tweak what those flavors are. So how much sunshine, how much exposure, the soil type, all of that.
Yeah, like it's down to the even Texas wine versus every soil. It's wild.
For sure.
Totally different.
Wild.
Okay, last stop.
Okay.
This is the fancy one, right?
This is the fancy one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I do want to mention, so we talked about the whites. Those are all in the Diamond Collection. So those are in the 20-ish price point range. These are a little bit on the higher end, but still very affordable.
Yeah.
Like $40 to $60. Like, I mean, you're talking
that's
about,
red. I mean, that's your red.
Exactly. When we think about when you go to a restaurant and you pay
Yes.
$15 for a glass of wine, like, hey.
5 in, you're like, oh, should have gotten a bottle.
Yeah, exactly. Or 2.
Oddly
Either
specific,
way.
but
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, what's this one called?
This is Archimedes.
Archimedes.
Sorry,
Okay.
say it
fun
into
word
the
to
mic.
say.
Yeah,
This is Archimedes.
Okay, what is the story behind
And so
that?
there's a big story with this. So Archimedes was the name of Francis Ford Coppola's uncle.
Okay.
So his grandfather named his firstborn child Archimedes.
Where I can't say I've ever heard the name Archimedes.
Well, except for the famous Greek mathematician.
I was going to say,
Right?
that's a lot of pressure to be named Archimedes.
That's my thought too. But he was really into science and mathematics. Francis as well is obsessed with all things like that. And so this is in honor of his uncle and Archimedes, the Greek mathematician.
Love it.
On the label, there is a battle scene where Archimedes, the original Archimedes, actually harnessed the rays of the sun with a mirror and was able to burn up the sails of the opponent's ships. And then they won the battle.
Okay.
That's intense.
That's what the label
intense.
shows.
Let me see if I can taste
good.
that in this wine. Hold on.
Yes.
So there is meant to be some intensity.
Oh, it is.
right?
I can smell it.
It's good.
This comes from Alexander Valley, so the home of where Francis Ford Coppola Winery is.
It's a great area.
And it's just really warm. Part of the blend is from our own vineyard that's high elevation. And when you have high elevation red fruit, you get really structural components to the wine. And then we partner it with some other vineyards that kind of add the flesh and the muscle to the wine itself. So
Oh, that's muscle. Did you feel that in your
Yeah,
mouth?
it's very good. Whoa. Hey,
No, I mean,
that escalated quickly.
it's a Tuesday.
all I'm saying.
Quote of the day,
All's I'm saying.
Jasmine. Oh, there's some muscle.
feel
Could
the
you feel that in your mouth? Jasmine. She wins. She wins. Nothing
Archimedes.
else I can say.
It's Archimedes. Oh, I don't know, Emily Jones. I feel like there's plenty.
So this wine, yes, you could have a glass on its own, but it definitely does well with food.
Yeah.
Because
That
it
is
has that
amazing.
Very
intensity.
good.
Well, that's a punch.
The tannins are still like soft and kind of melted though. So like when it finishes, you don't feel like your mouth is so dry
Yeah.
that you have to have a glass of water or something else to fix that. So it's like soft melted tannin. That sounds kind of strange, but
that makes me crave like a steak, like
yes.
Medium rare. It would be so good.
Yeah.
Baked potato.
Well, you're in luck. We're going to do this with steaks.
Maybe some broccolini.
Now, where's the steak? Are they bringing it in?
Exactly. Yeah, we're just
the
waiting.
pairing steak.
We're waiting on the food arrival.
That's amazing.
So this wine is our flagship wine, and the best fruit always goes into this wine. And we do lots of special fermentations and keep them all separate and do blending kind of towards the end. So that way we can make sure that we're using the best quality fruit and the wine that we think tastes the best from that vintage. So this is a 2019, so it's still relatively young for a Cabernet, but still has that beautiful like melted tannin and some great fruit. So
yeah, it's really, really good. All of these are really good. I'm super thankful that you came in. Anything else we're forgetting to ask, Andrea?
If we can have another pour.
Oh yeah. What do you want more of?
No, I'm kidding. No.
Well, what else am I going to do with these wines? I can't drink them all.
Exactly.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
She'll share with us.
I'll be under the table earlier than expected.
I know. Well, we're so excited that, like I said, we're members at Colonial, and so we go every year to the Charles Schwab Challenge, and they serve Coppola whenever we go up there, and I always order Coppola wine. So I'm really hoping they get the shimmer that they serve like in Colonial, like not just the tournament. So I'll have to
I hope so too.
Consult with them about that. Yeah. But yeah, these are amazing. Thanks so much for being with us.
Yeah,
and,
thank you.
Keep that mom game label in mind, or just me myself. Either way,
Emily.
Either way.
Oh, before we go, I had the Blanc de Blanc. The Sophia.
Yeah. So Sophia is Francis's daughter. Again, a director, right? They have this whole director of movies things in their blood, but also wine. And
I wish they'd do something with their lives. Like, what is that gene?
Yeah.
I didn't get that one.
I didn't.
But
either.
I'm making wine, so it's okay.
Whatevs.
So the Sophia wines, we have a still rosé and then a Blanc de Blanc and a Brut rosé.
Oh my gosh. It was, so then I was like, what is this? This is like insane. So then I looked on the back and it's a blend of like a Chardonnay and I think Pinot, if I'm not mistaken, one of those. But it was like, it blew my mind. I'm like, this is not like, if I was to mix these two, it would not taste this well. But it was like so good. It's insane.
Yeah.
Well, we take special care in making our sparkling for Sophia.
And that sparkle lasts. Let me tell y'all, I drank off that thing for 3 days, which is not in line with me.
impressive.
And it was just as
3 days. What was happening?
Yeah.
Let's do another wine segment. But it every time I went back to it, I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be flat. And I mean, just popping like I just opened it. So
that's awesome.
Did you stick a fork in it or something?
No, just a.
Don't they say something to do that?
Yeah,
wine
actual
topper.
silver.
Just a wine topper. Just my normal
And it didn't explode off?
Nothing. It didn't explode off, number one, because I was expecting that because it normally happens. Yeah. But it also kept, it was popping like I just opened it every time I went to it.
That's
so
awesome.
whatever y'all are doing, keep it up. Oh, it's
awesome.
Anyway, that was my final word.
Well, good. On that note, I forgot what I was going to say. Maybe I should stop having wine at this point in time. We're so excited that you came in here with us. You're always so fun to bring the good stuff and tell us all about it. So enjoy your time in North Texas.
Thank you.
Hope to see you again soon. Come back and see us anytime. I mean, if you're bringing all this, come back anytime.
Thankfully Dave brings it for me. I just show up, which is even better for me.
Even better.
Yeah. Thank you again for having me. I appreciate it. And
of course.
Being in Texas is always fun.
Absolutely. So. And we love Coppola and our partnership with them. Dave and his entire team have been fantastic for us and with us from day one, along with the Do It for Dirt Foundation, which I'm sure you know about, the nonprofit that Coppola supports, and just huge to have you guys as partners and the namesake of our studio.
There we go.
Coppola
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Andrea.
Thank you.
And what is better than one guest in studio on the Mom Game? It is 2 guests, and I am super stoked to have a personal friend of mine on, Celestina Blok. A repeat customer here on the Mom Game. You've been on once before talking about another book that you wrote. This is your latest book, which is so fun. It's called Cowtown Comfort. And the premise behind this book is very unique, which is why I think it's so cool.
Thanks for having me, Emily. So this is a cookbook. This is actually a Taste of Fort Worth cookbook, which is not currently in existence. This has multiple recipes from different chefs. Like a lot of chefs have their own cookbook, but there's not one currently that kind of showcases a taste of Fort Worth.
I love that because it just, like you said, it showcases little Fort Worth. And Fort Worth has such this fun culture that I think so many times is overshadowed by the big sister Dallas. Right. And Fort Worth is like so legit and has so much cred, and there's so much culture and good eating and just everything. So I love that you're showcasing that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you.
Yeah. So where did you get the idea? Okay. And then my one of my thoughts is like chefs can be, you know,
well, chefy.
Yeah, very chefy.
Wait, hold on. What does that mean?
Well, I mean, you know, proprietary, territorial, busy,
okay,
uninterested,
uninterested. So
easily bothered.
What was it? All of the things.
Yes.
So what was it like trying to? Where did you come up with the idea, and then how easy or difficult was it to execute?
So fortunately, I actually know a lot of the chefs. I've been writing food and restaurant news in Fort Worth for 20 years now. So I've written.
You always get to do the coolest stuff. You'll be like, oh, I was just checking out the newest rooftop bar and this cocktail. And I'm like, damn it. But Celestina is always the one I reach out to. I'm like, girls' night for 6 girls. Where's the new hot spot? Like, tell me where to go. Date night. Where should we go?
That's
always
a
just text
good person to have.
Yeah, it is. Okay. So sorry.
No, it's okay. So I thought maybe one day a cookbook could be possible because I've written recipe stories with a lot of these people, just like short stories. So it's just a matter of compiling them into one massive article, basically. And so most of them are happy to share. There are some that, you got to kind of pry a little bit. And if I was happy to say, if you don't want to share, totally fine. But if there is going to be a cookbook about Fort Worth cuisine, I feel like you need to be in it. We need to have this barbecue. We need to have this steak. We need to have this flour tortilla or this salsa. The taste of Fort Worth that you would expect. But there's also a lot of recipes that folks may not expect as far as Italian, French, Asian. So there's a cocktail chapter. I try to cover a lot, brunch as well, sweets. So it's not just, the cover looks very Fort Worth, which I did that on purpose. But if you really dig into it, you're going to find a lot of global flavors and like unexpected flavors.
So what was like the unexpected? What was the one where it was like, I didn't know Fort Worth had this. How fun. Like what's that one that you got the feedback on?
There's a guy who makes a really great Spanish paella. There is, hibachi as well. There's homemade pasta. We're actually having a dinner in a couple of weeks at a really fancy, schmancy restaurant in Fort Worth where house-made pasta is the kind of the main feature. There's a lot of nice brunch dishes as well. So yeah, kind of getting away from just the Cowtown. The name
steaks, Cowtown, right.
Yes. So did you decide what to put in, or did you ask them like, give me your best, or how did you figure that out?
That's okay. It was kind of a little bit of both. Okay. Because I thought about literally talking with friends and like what should be in a Fort Worth cookbook: barbecue, how to smoke a brisket, how to make a flour tortilla, how to grill a burger, kind of things, how chicken fried steak. And I have a little trivia for y'all too later. But also like chefs that need to be in it as well. Okay, this chef is going to be in here. What do you want to share? So like Tim Love shared his garlic stuff.
Love Tim Love. Oh my God, I love him. Anything he touches. Oh my God, I'll buy his airport food. Like at DFW, there's a whole time. I'm like, Tim Love, I'll buy it.
Yeah, we just had Woodshed over the weekend.
You did?
Really
yeah.
Good.
So Lonesome Dove just had their 25th anniversary, and he shared a garlic stuffed beef tenderloin from Lonesome Dove in the book.
Okay.
So of course, like John Bonnell, Michael Thompson's been around for a long time. He wanted him to do some sort of like grilling because he's really good at that. Like it's kind of his thing. So he did a barbecue chicken. There's a lot of approachable recipes in here, but there's also some like for the foodies. They're like, okay, I want to do a restaurant style dish. And we've taken these recipes and scaled them down to a home version and tested all of them.
Really?
It was, you can't write a cookbook and not test the
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, the approachable factor.
So who's cooking all of them?
Good question.
Yes.
I'm thankful to have a lot of friends who like to cook.
Okay.
I had a little pocket of girls that we were all like sharing recipes, having dinner parties, cooking, really good friends.
Fun.
My mom did some, but they all had to be tested. And it was just a crazy journey to go through that because I'm so glad we did. One of the recipes had way too much cocoa powder. Like it was supposed to have like a quarter, like maybe tablespoon or something, like maybe a tablespoon. And the recipe said like a cup and a half.
Oh, geez.
So it was like, wait,
what?
This is not. So,
yeah.
We tested all that.
Definitely have
That's
to
a lot.
Yeah. What a fun process to go
it was
through.
fun for sure. But I also tell folks, even if you don't really like to cook, there's some easier recipes in there. Like if you want to go to a dinner party and bring like a cool dip or something.
Okay, see, that's more me. What's like remedial? Is there, because I hate to cook. I don't have patience for it. I cannot stand it. So is there something for like me?
Yes, for sure. Like there's, most of the chapters are broken out not by like appetizer, salad, soups, but rather genre food like, Beyond Borders, which is more global flavors, burgers and steaks, or fancy steakhouse dishes, brunch, barbecue, Italian. So it's more by concept, Tex-Mex. And then there's a cocktail chapter. But I also tell folks, let this be your new guide for dining out in Fort Worth as well.
Ooh, I like that.
Because there's some cool stories in there behind some of these dishes as well, a little culinary history. So it's more like I like to read when I have time, which is impossible, but I like the idea of sitting down and reading cookbooks because there's some really cool ones out there that share stories.
Yeah, we just had Andrea Card, the director of winemaking for Coppola, and there was a story behind every one of the wines that she showed, and I think that's what people.
I love the stories.
And even too, like if you're having people over, like, oh, this wine is this, and this dish came from this. This was where the idea came from, and all that kind of stuff. I think everybody likes the story.
People love
to
stories.
Tell. Yeah,
damn
especially
it.
when you're entertaining.
They do.
For
was
sure.
there one recipe or one chef that you're like, there's no way they're ever going to go for this, and then they did, or anything that surprised you along the way?
Goodness. I mean, there were definitely some chefs where it was dragging out. I'm not going to call anyone out like specifically, but it was like, okay, either you're in or you're out. I have to turn in this manuscript.
Yeah.
I'm going to move on if not. So they're all busy, they're in the weeds, and like, as they call it, in the weeds in the restaurant, and they're working, and it's just to get them to sit down. I'm like, I will even come to you and type it out as you tell me. And I did do that a couple of times, which I've done before.
Yeah.
And then we okay, does this look okay? So more than 60 recipes, a very long process. Probably why no one's ever done this before in Fort Worth in a long time. So,
but you're the one.
So. And it's such a great concept for a book. Are you worried people are going to steal your idea, or you hope that,
I don't really think about that.
imitation is the sincerest form?
It's hard. Go ahead.
That's the next thing I thought.
Go ahead. Yeah. Good luck with that.
I'm not going to another city and doing this all over again.
God,
yes.
no.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the publisher is great. I mean, they were super flexible. The publisher is actually not from Fort Worth, so it's totally like I drove the whole train as far as what to feature. And so, and like I was telling Emily, what happens now, the book is newly released. It's just out now in stores. And now I have all these fun events. Fun events with the chefs.
To promote it.
Yeah,
like
just
how
cooking
fun.
dinners, we're actually featuring these folks. And I'm just kind of there, like kind of hosting, but they're showing what they're doing. Like we're going to have a paella party in June, which I'll send you info on from Magdalena's.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be fun. We had a book launch party like last week, and that was super fun. At Fort Worth's First Distillery, which has a cocktail in the book. So that's all the fun stuff coming.
Yeah. Well, and I just love that you're just, again, stories, and it's Fort Worth, stuff that people wouldn't even think. They're like, oh, and then they have a story attached to it. Plus, it's right here in our backyard.
Yeah, and I feel like Fort Worth takes such pride in Fort Worth stuff.
Yes.
Yes,
they love
for sure.
Fort Worth loves Fort Worth, and I should know. I've lived there.
Yeah.
And seen it.
First.
Yeah, they take great pride in anything that is
as y'all should
authentic to Fort Worth.
And a lot of people want to hold on to that.
Yeah, and I think that's why places like Joe T. Garcia's have been around for so long and are so successful, because it is so quintessential Fort Worth, and I think that's something that the
it's
Fort
an
Worth
institution.
Takes huge pride in.
Yeah,
for
have
sure.
a little culinary trivia for y'all, if you want to. It's in the book. I mean, it's not like a trivia question in the book, but like this is some of the stuff's in there.
Okay.
So we'll start with like statewide. So what is the official state dish of Texas?
Barbecue.
Not specifically.
Quesadillas.
No.
Quesadillas?
You're close. It's Tex-Mex. Well, no, it's not really Tex-Mex. I'm sorry. I'm lied.
Chimichangas.
Oh,
enchiladas. I have no idea.
Okay. It's chili.
Okay.
Chili.
So chili is official state dish of Texas.
Really?
I did a
know
little
that.
presentation with this trivia.
Okay.
And there's
We're
a
bad
chili
Texans.
award-winning chili recipe from Billy Bob's is in the book. And they put brisket in it.
Billy Bob's
Billy Bob.
Oh, it's so
Can you believe?
good. It is
Really?
so okay. So back when I did country radio, that was like one of my. I joked that I had like a writer. I'm like, Billy Bob's chili. I have to have it. I don't care what. I don't even want beer or alcohol. That chili is dynamite.
It's the recipes in the book.
Great. I'll have Joey cook it for me.
Okay. Okay. All right. More
Brisket in it.
trivia. I like this.
So what's the official state snack of Texas?
Funyuns. No.
Funyuns. It is so specific.
know.
State snack. Corn dogs.
Chips and queso?
Close. Chips and salsa.
Okay.
Chips and salsa. Yeah, really good.
One.
Thank you.
Okay, I have a couple more.
Okay.
How many
Okay.
chicken fried steaks do Texans order at restaurants in a day, like daily, in all across?
So
Texas?
across the state, all the restaurants combined.
Oh my god.
This is according to the Texas Restaurants Association.
Okay.
So just every day.
Every day, all across Texas.
5,432.
That is so
Breakfast,
random.
lunch, and dinner.
specific.
It's so yeah.
I would say, look, I don't know, like 40 million people live here.
40 million people in
don't
Texas?
they?
I don't
Oh, I
know.
probably
Don't
shouldn't do a
ask me.
census thing. Let's 10 million.
Okay.
We went from 5,000 to 10 million.
That's like something my son would say, like a trillion. I don't know.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
800,000.
Okay.
Okay.
You were
it's
close
so random.
enough.
Like, I don't know how you
Closer.
would guess that.
I don't.
Like,
That's so
You're
random.
way
I was
closer
way
than I
closer.
was.
5,000.
Yeah.
so on the cover is actually chicken fried steak from H3 Ranch in the Stockyards. It's really, really good. I mean, chicken fried steak is a beating to make it home.
Can I tell
And to
you
do it
something?
right.
I've never had chicken fried steak.
Oh,
Emily.
Emily, you need to get it. Have it there.
So I've had chicken fried chicken, but let me tell you the story why. Because when I was a cheerleader in high school in Plainview,
Calories.
no, Plainview, Texas, home of the Bulldogs, and I was a cheerleader. And every Friday, the football team and the cheerleaders would all go to a pregame meal at Golden Corral. Okay, so Golden Corral, and they would serve us all chicken fried steaks and mashed potatoes. So one day I was like, I wasn't really feeling it, and the very first time we went, and there was this big offensive lineman on our team. His name was Big Bill Bradley, and Big Bill Bradley was like, Emily, you gonna eat that chicken fried steak? And I was like, nope. And he was like, can I have it? And I was like, sure. So then every Friday after that, Emily, you gonna eat that chicken fried steak? And I'd be like, nope. It's all yours, Big Bill. Like, you can have my chicken fried
So
steak.
you literally just
So
gave Big Bill.
I gave Big Bill my chicken fried steak every Friday when we would eat at Golden Corral.
When's the last time
before
you
home
talked to him?
games. I don't know. I don't know if he's still with us.
Oh.
I hope he is. I hope he is.
This
Bill, I
got
hope you're
weird.
still
I'm
out there and
sorry.
you're doing great.
And eating chicken fried steak.
And eating all the chicken
So
fried
that's
steak.
why and then you were just like,
never
I
then
never
I was
interested
just-
again.
and then it just never really came up. I love chicken fried chicken, but like I never really understood exactly what the steak was in
Yeah.
chicken
Yeah.
fried steak. And
Really?
it was always a weird color.
And you
I
were
was
raised
like,
by your dad. So like boy food.
Oh.
So like would he just
100%.
take one down?
So I was raised by my dad. My dad ate the shit out of chicken fried steak.
And it just
But we never cooked it.
Right.
We just go
Yes,
to a
go to a
restaurant.
restaurant, right.
I'm just not ordering it.
right.
Wow.
But I've definitely never had homemade chicken fried steak.
That is a fun fact about
I
you.
don't.
It is a
I
fun
have
fact.
never eaten chicken fried steak because I've never ordered it at a restaurant, and so it's never really
Big Bill.
been an option.
Big Bill's fault.
Big
Big
Bill.
Bill. Big Bill.
Just feeding Big Bill.
Okay. All right. Sorry. There's my
All right, yeah,
chicken
love
fried
that.
steak
No, that's
detour.
a great
No.
story.
Well,
People
if you
love
have
stories.
H3 has a good one.
Okay.
So,
yeah, maybe I should do
I don't
that.
see you making it. That's really labored.
There's
That's
a
a
lot. Zero chance
No.
I'm making it.
No,
There is
it's a lot.
zero
No.
chance.
Yes.
Okay. Any other trivia before you go?
Well, I don't know. How long have you been in Fort Worth?
50, I've been married 15 years, 16, 17 years.
So do you know Fort Worth's first hibachi restaurant? And it's also the same place
It's the
that
Japanese Palace.
yeah.
So
You'll go?
My kids love Japanese
So does
Palace.
Bo. Yeah, so does my
So
son.
I feel so many kids love Japanese Palace.
It is like
Well,
a
it sounds fun.
Yeah.
It's a ball. It's
It
been there
is.
since 1975.
Fun.
Fort Worth's first hibachi restaurant.
Okay, I'm going.
Also, I really didn't realize this. First place in Fort Worth to serve sushi in 1989.
Okay.
And the owner's daughter was like kind of pushed that, like, and the whole story is in there. And they actually shared a tempura recipe,
Okay.
Love
they
me
did.
some tempura.
Okay.
which is actually
anything-
not too hard to make.
Really?
Yeah.
Anything from Hatsuyaki? That's my favorite sushi restaurant.
Oh,
the hand
yeah,
rolls.
they're so good.
That's hard.
Yeah,
that's
I
hard.
really
Sushi's
didn't
hard.
pursue sushi
Yeah.
too much because I was
God,
like,
if you're into sushi, there's a hand roll place in Fort Worth called Hatsuyaki.
I think Joey
And
took me there.
It's just a bar. Like it's a
Yes.
U-shaped bar.
Yes.
No reservations,
Yes.
no
Yep.
tables.
Yep.
You sit at the bar.
and it's amazing.
It's
It
so
melts
good.
in your
You
mouth.
have
It's
been
so good.
It's
Yes.
so
She's
funny.
like, you've been there.
Mike, my husband, isn't very big on sushi, but he'll go, and he wanted to go, and so we get like, you're sitting right there, and the chef's right in front of you, the sushi chef, and so he puts stuff on the on the plate, and Mike takes the seaweed wrapping paper, whatever it's called, off.
I'll just
Dude, the chef would just stared at him, just kept staring at him. I'm like, you're gonna have to eat that. And he's like, I don't like that. And I'm like, you're offending me.
Eat it.
You're fucking eating. You're eating the seaweed
right
paper,
now.
whatever the fuck he put on there. You're eating it. He's like, okay. So he like puts it in his mouth, and he's like, oh, it's actually good. I'm like, now if you'll eat it with the as it was constructed,
Don't disassemble it.
You'll really like it. I promise. This is not, we don't do deconstructed sushi, honey.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so yeah. Well, Celestina, this is so awesome. I'm so proud of you. This is so fun.
Yes.
I can't wait to have someone else make all these recipes for me.
Or
Amen.
just go out to eat with that too. But still text me if you need ideas.
I will. I will. I may dabble in the cocktails though. I'm not afraid of those.
They're not bad.
I'm not afraid of
That's
those.
a fun way to cook.
Okay, exactly.
Tequila and
Cocktails.
whiskey.
Exactly. Okay. Well, so we end every mom game by looking into our respective cameras, throwing up the peace signs, and saying "Mom game out." This is yours, Jazz. You know where yours is. Mine's right here. So on the count of three, we'll say "Mom game out." 1, 2, 3.
Mom game out.